education, and many more. With accreditation by the National Council of Higher Education, we now offer a diploma in clinical medicine and community health. We as well take pride in some courses sponsored by the Higher Education Students Financing Board for a loan scheme that will not get you worried of tuition as you pursue your dream. Come ready for an academic adventure on great facilities of learning. You can visit our website on www.ndejjeuniversity.ac.ug. Ndejje University, the fear of God brings knowledge and wisdom.
This week.
It's more important if we can work strategically to grow the game, which they have done well. They have worked very well with the Chinese embassy in growing the game of football. They have managed to establish a league.
We are very grateful to all the participating players, the various clubs, and all the managers who have supported the athletes.
The men's individual category was won by Thomas Keddy of Stroke Woodball Club with 97 points, while Sophie Namudu won the women's individual club with 66 points.
To win, it has been really patience. It has been God with us, and then I think it has been our persistence to do it.
Get noticed, advertise with us. Call 0714-474-433 or 0759-728-168 to place your bookings now. Ndejje University TV is available on free-to-air, GoTV, and Your TV. Follow us on Facebook, Ndejje TV Live, Twitter at Ndejje TV Live, Instagram, Ndejje TV Live, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ndejje University TV. Ndejje University TV, your source of knowledge and wisdom.
Coming up in Live at 8, Ndejje University embarks on impacting practical skills in the field of engineering. Uganda to commemorate the African Public Service Day on the 23rd of June. And in sports, Uganda under-18 women national team enters a residential camp at Ndejje. This and much more in Live at 8. Welcome and thank you for watching Ndejje University TV. This is Live at 8. My name is ANSLEM OJARU and here are the news in details. Ndejje University engineering students are undergoing a 10-week recess to transfer the theory part into practicals and to acquaint the students with all-round skills in engineering. Now, this is taking place at the university's main campus in Luweero. Let's take a look at that. Engineering is a wide field involving different courses. Having studied the theory, Ndejje University organizes research which involves acquiring practical skills in the different fields such as automotive, electrical, mechanical engineering, among others.
We are basically giving students practical engineering skills. We started with health and safety, which, though if you know ECOP, the oil industry which is booming in Uganda, is all about safety. So instead of our students looking out for that module and paying for it, we make it as a basic at Ndejje University. Our student does not need a certificate for safety because it is embedded in our training from the workshop in year 1. The second module is value engineering, where students can learn to value things. For example, we have a building, we have a football field, a court, stadium. What is the value of that? This gives them a lot of opportunities in places like insurance, and banks, where banks need to give loans, and insurance companies that need to insure certain businesses. They'll need an engineer to give the value of that business so they know how much risk to take into that business. After those 2 modules, we've gone through splitting students into 8 groups. The first one is electricity and house wiring, where we are training students how to do basic house wiring, after which we shall take them into electrical installation and electronics. This gives all students for engineering, be it civil, mechanical, electrical, the power to understand electrical works, such that our civil engineering student given a building can know the costing of the wiring.
The students are in high spirits, expecting to acquire skills from the research.
Us loved the course, but we did not know what actually goes on inside. Like, some of us felt like when you do civil engineering, it's all about the building and, you know, the construction. But then when we got into this process, it has taught us that when you do engineering, it's all around. It's something that involves electrical, you do plumbing, you do everything in a small portion, so you can have general knowledge of what goes on a site. So as you're seeing today, we are engaging with electrical engineering. So as of this group, this is our first session, and yeah, we are going to go with electrical engineering. So I was expecting to learn a lot. I personally didn't know how to fix a bulb, but yeah, I'm now good to go. So I'm getting the results.
Personally, I do electrical engineering, but we are learning different aspects of the other fields. For example, we are going to do plumbing after this. We shall do setting out. We shall do the GIS, which is the computer part of it, and at the end of the day, I'll be able to do everything.
Practical bit of studying is very good. So that we have been in class for the past 4 months, we have not been doing practicals, but I thank the university that they have really been able to organize for us the practical session, and basically I hope to acquire different skills in different modules. Now, for example, in plumbing, I've been able to learn how to join pipes. In the toilets, I've been able to dismantle the toilets, putting them back, and basically acquiring general skills.
I've come to understand how to use GIS software to come up with different maps, as we well know that it is basically a mapping tool. It is basically used for coming up with maps.
A former engineering student at Ndejje University shares the experience about electrical engineering.
Electrical department, as a department, have been engaging in the domestic wiring, basically acquiring knowledge from Ndejje, where even when I was studying from Ndejje University, I was working hand in hand with the electrician from Ndejje, which empowered me with the technical know-how, how I can get away with wiring of these domestic houses, knowing the material, which materials basically we need, if at all I need to wire a one-house building, a two-house building, what is the exact quantity of materials, such as the cables, the type of switches, the type of sockets that I may use, all the materials that are required for the domestic installation.
The instructor Moses Mubandi says that the students have shown interest in the different models, which has made the work easier.
It's interesting because maybe it is their first module, because they are too much interested, and I don't know whether it is the model of instruction or it is because it is their first module, but at least I found they are interesting class. Except that the number is big, but we can handle it.
The Faculty Dean of Engineering has emphasized the need to explore the practical skills to the students.
Looking at coming out with the fully developed individual at the end of the training. What does this mean? This means that as a civil engineer, when I pick part of electrical, I can understand electrical works, and the costing in terms of materials and labor can become something easy for me when I'm running a site. It's similar to a civil engineer running into automotive. We are having engineers working at civil engineers being employed at Kira EV, so the construction will soon be done. Meaning, with knowledge of the automotive industry, again, the transport industry actually some of the people to use as civil engineers. So this gives them the foundation of transport engineering.
The private institute ensures quality so that the students get value for the fees they pay.
Our role is to ensure that students get value for the fees they pay. And right now, the activity ongoing is recess. And since during the semester, students do more theory and have less time for practical, they have this time to do more practicals and to engage in different engineering skills.
Each academic year consists of 2 semesters, each 17 weeks, 15 for teaching and the last 2 weeks for end of semester examinations. During the holiday break, a 10 weeks recess term is given for the students to acquire hands-on knowledge in the different fields. ANSLEM OJARU, live at 8. Uganda is set to commemorate the 12th Annual African Public Service Day on the 23rd to recognize and commemorate the contribution of public service in socio-economic development. Now, a number of activities have been put in place to commemorate the day. Let's have more on that. Uganda will join the rest of the continent to mark the African Public Service Day on the 23rd of June 2023 at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds under the theme, The African Continental Free Trade Area will require a fit-for-purpose African public administration to succeed.
We are categorizing our function ahead of 23rd of June 2023 at Kololo Grounds. As a communication team, we are going to have a series of engagements aimed at sensitizing the public about their role in accessing all public services by MDAs, that is ministries, departments and agencies. So as our colleagues in the media fraternity, we shall work closely with it to make sure that the public internalizes why public services, public servants are there to serve, and why it is important to celebrate this day.
During the media briefing, the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Public Affairs addressed the issue of internee doctors, saying that like any other public provider, they'll need to go through the recruitment process.
Government employs officers depending on availability of a vacancy and availability of a wage. So the situation with the medical interns is this, who have completed their studies is the same as is for any other Ugandan. There must be 2 ingredients to that. For it to happen, there must be a vacancy and there must be a wage. The process of recruitment is through an expressed interest, an advert which is open and is put in the media and online, and you apply, compete, and go through the recruitment process, and then you are employed.
She further said that the financing for the intern doctors is not available at the moment.
It has been clear about that. The Ministry of Health has issued statements, very clear statements, that the financing for that internship is not available at the moment. As we await financing of that internship, because they need allowances in order to survive while they are working, doing that apprenticeship is not yet on the table. And that is the position. So the striking is not going to solve the problem. It is the understanding and the patience that we all need, so that when that money comes on, then the deployments can be made. Ministry of Health has been very clear about it. I don't want to repeat what they have said, because it has been in the media, statements have been given, and that is the government position.
The public relations of UBTEP say they'll contribute to the day's activity by organizing a career talk.
We have a series of activities, of course, MDAs. We shall have open days. For our case as UBTEP, we have organized a career guidance session with Karnavi Secondary School. They were concentrating there about opportunities about skilling Uganda program in Uganda. This country is aimed at fostering industrial growth and development. And as UBTEP, as an awarding body, our focus is to make sure that we have a team of young people who should appreciate our services in awarding certificates and diplomas in those disciplines. So that will be one of the services we shall give out. Other MDAs shall be briefing us ahead what other operational responsibilities they will be giving us ahead of our celebration for the 3rd June 2023.
Among the week-long activities to be carried out to mark this day include sports gala starting from the 16th to the 21st of June 2023 and corporate society responsibility events by all MDAs across the country. ANSLEM OJARU, live at 8. On the 12th of June every year, the world commemorates the Child Labor Day with an aim of increasing awareness and activism to prevent child labor. Citizens have reacted on what should be done to fight child labor in Uganda. Let's take a look at their reactions.
As the world continues to reflect and commemorate child labor that was celebrated on Monday, 12th June 2023, on the theme of Social Justice for All, End Child Labor, the citizens in Kampala and Wakiso have expressed what should be done to end this vice.
I think we should go back to our morals. I think children should be employed when they are above 18 years and above. So I think this has been done most on the maids. You find maids of 12 years, 13, 14. So I think it should be put into the law that whoever needs to be employed should be above 18 years.
They are back, go back to their original customs. For example, we are brought up by a father and a mother, whereby nowadays parents of this, they no longer need to be with their children. So there's also force children to run away from their homes and then look to get jobs and what, instead of being cared by their parents.
Some citizens called on government to implement and enforce laws against child labor.
Can be done to stop child labor. The government actually should one, sensitize the community about child labor and the child rights. Then another thing, they should, after setting those laws, they should implement them either by using force, because some people are taking advantage of children, for example, by putting them in houses, backward emirimu gino egya bulijjo, which are stopping them from accessing education.
Should just go and capture the parents of those children and imprison them, because it's not really good.
Others further suggested that parents befriend their children to create a good relationship.
To stop child labor in Uganda or somewhere worldwide, some parents should be friendly to their kids to stop child labor. Don't be harsh to your kids. You should be friends with your kids.
Our responsibilities in order to stop that, which means we have to pay school dues, to provide food, shelter, clothes as the parents and as the society.
Child labor, okay, it's not a capital offense, though it's a crime, because as we are kids, we all deserved all the best. So I think children shouldn't fall victim of child labor. Like, let me say for instance, children who don't school, they usually fall victim to child labor because the time they should have spent at school studying new things and new skills and whatever, they are at home doing, hard chores, like chores which are too hard for them. In the instance, making them victims of child labor.
In Uganda, children between the age of 5 to 14 years are working under the sector of agriculture and in industry. Davis Senkindu, Yunus Kadu, live at 8.
The Uganda Dance Sports Federation on the 12th of June hosted over 80 member schools at their headquarters in Mengo and equipped them with the skills like adjudicating and emceeing other different functions. Let's have more on that. This sport was introduced in 2018 in Uganda and it's now having a membership of over 300 schools. The federation has now embarked on training of students from the member schools so as to equip them with skills like adjudicating and being master of ceremonies when there are games in the regions.
We want also to groom them professionally in the technical aspect of the sport. So dance sport, that's what we are building. Today we had over 25 schools and we had close to 80 students and 30 teachers who are equipped in judging, emceeing and DJing for the sport. And these are the very people we are going to use in our competitions as we are heading for National Secondary School Games, East Africa Secondary School Games, up the International Secondary School Games, even in our local and community competitions. These are the same people we are going to use to give services. They have been equipped and instructed by professional people, professional judges, professional MCs, and we are also going to give them a certificate. We are going to certify them professionally and to add them in our statistics of the technical team we have, and we are going to make sure that we employ them, we give them work to perform so that they promote our sport from the local communities where they are, the school community where they are in, and even when they graduate from the schools, we bring them in the secretariat and also in our other regional sectors to serve the sport.
The General Secretary also stressed on why students should engage themselves in the sport.
With this new curriculum, we are trying to teach these learners tangible things as the new curriculum, the competent-based curriculum states. So DJing, you have a DJ mix, a whole set, you have to set it up, to play it, and the whole machine, and people are earning out of that. MCing, public speaking, people are earning throughout of that. Even judging, these are technical aspect and interpretation, even people can earn in the same way. So with this new curriculum, dance sport rhymes properly to the new system because it is a hands-on, people learn by see, and even learning by seeing, people can earn a living. These DJs, we can also make these students as good sound pollution engineers. Out of this, if a student is in school pursuing, want to be an engineer, we can make good lawyers out of these public speaking students. These judges we are having decision making, can create holistic citizens because it is practical in during play, but they can also relate it to the professional courses and subject they can do for higher education. So I think we rhyme properly to create professional careers and job opportunities for our holistic citizens professionally and when they are passionate of what they are doing because it is practical and tangible.
He further gave an oversight on the roadmap on the tournaments they are having this year, which includes World Cup.
So starting next week, we are going to start regional qualifiers and we are going to select 12 schools for girls, 12 schools for boys. Those are 24 schools in total to go to national, where we shall get the best 4 to represent Uganda in the East Africa Secondary School Games. And those best 4, we shall get the best 2 who will represent Uganda in the International Secondary School Games that will be in Brazil in August. So this is where we are heading to, but from there we are going to go back in our original signature competition, which is Breaking for Gold, our national championship, because our sport has a world championship every year called World Breaking for Gold. It's like our World Cup. And this World Cup, the top ranked 32 countries in the world, they compete for it annually. So this year we're going to be in the city of Levens. Is it Levens in Belgium? Last year we are in Seoul. The other year we are in Paris. So being that now we are ranked 18 in the world, so we are lucky to be among the 32 and the 3 African countries to go to the World Cup of this break dance. So we are coming back with breaking for gold regional qualifiers to prepare for championship in Levens, Belgium, and also we are going for the regional qualifiers for secondary school competitions to prepare learners for the national secondary school ball game 2 and athletics that will take place at St. Mary's College Rushoroza in Kabale.
Students that attended the workshop have also shared with us their experiences and skills they got from the workshop.
And I was in the DJing session, and this session was so beneficial because, first of all, I learned like how to play music. As my passion is to, I have a passion of music and DJing. So when we went through a session, I learned a few skills, like maybe if you are matching music, in DJing we have something called matching. So you match the beats according to the BPM. BPM are the beats per minute. So you match the 2 songs. That is, if this one is having, like, for example, 102 BPM, and the other is having 98, there is a way to match it, or you can synchronize. You synchronize and match the beats so that the songs flow very well and they bring out a nice input sound. Secondly, like, I've also improved my skills. Like the way I used to play, I've learned how to scratch. You can scratch on the player and know that this is the particular song that I'm supposed to play. How am I going to match it? How am I going to cue it? You can cue your songs very well and know that at this point this is where I'm supposed to start from. That is cueing. You can get to know that I'll start from here after this song without your audience knowing that you're playing that song next. Yeah, this session has been so beneficial.
I want to thank the Sport Federation for all the things that they've done to us. They have enabled us to come and learn more skills and learn more things that can help us in the world, to run the world and gain more careers. Because out of this, we can become great people in the world.
ANSLEM OJARU, Alan Gamoli, live at 8. Uganda under-18 women national team has entered a residential camp at Ndejje to start preparing for the upcoming Sekafa under-18 women championship in Kenya between 24th of June to the 8th of July 2023. Let's have more on that.
We have entered the camp today as we prepare for the Sekafa championship that's going to be in Kenya. This is under 18. Actually, we have assembled a team of about 35 players, and it's from these 35 players that we're going to get a team that will be traveling. The task is not really very easy in that we are caught up by time, but I know within the given period we shall have a team that will represent Uganda. The advantage we had is that actually we have just concluded the Super League. We are from schools, the tournament that was in Mbarara, meaning that actually we used that opportunity to have the selection of these players. That's why we picked these players. The task is not that really very easy. One, I'm supposed to groom for the national team. That's the first thing. Actually, I'm going to use my expertise, see that actually I add some flavor in the work that I've been given, so that at least by the time we have these teams around, they can play some good football.
That has been live at 8. Thank you for watching. My name is ANSLEM OJARU. Till next time, bye-bye.